next.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 82 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Olivier Vernon. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And the Falcon offense about ready to go to work here for the first time, and leading them as he has since 2008 is the veteran quarterback, former MVP, Matt Ryan.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And some room to work. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Now Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Barkley. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Well, this defense for the Falcons, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Throwing, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Looking to throw. Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. Give them 18 on the play.
So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try and make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
To throw on third down, Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll set up the screen with Davis. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Second quarter now, Falcon football. We're scoreless after 1. Looking deep for Julio. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll try and run for it with Davis. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
second and goal from inside the 5.
Peterson.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Falcons grab it. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll run for it with Peterson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Adrian Peterson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Koo now for the point after.
And it's good to make it 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A first down carry for Barkley. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. On to stop there defensively, Tyler Davis.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Jones. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Getting set to go again on offense. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone. Open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking downfield for Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Jones now on 3rd down. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Mike, 54.
3 buzz, 3 buzz.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
54, right there.
Looking to throw. Jones.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They begin with a run by Davis. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that'll be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Peterson.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Well, we've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Jones to Barkley on the check down. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start up in Foxborough. A few years ago, this would have been Breeze versus Brady. Now it's simply New Orleans at New England. And it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see there is the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. DJ Moore, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Giants, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. And anytime a receiver's over 100 yards like he is, maybe the D coordinator scratching his head a little bit. If you're the D coordinator, what are you doing? Whatever he's not doing?
That's the best way to put it, but you have to treat him like the hot shooter in basketball, the guy that's just not missing. You run enough people at him to make him give up the ball in basketball. In this case, you've got to cover him with enough people that they throw the ball to someone else and make them beat you.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A first down carry for Davis.
If you were me, you do
And he's
this
going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here's Davis to run again on second.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Ryan. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll run on first down. Davis. And he stopped immediately there.
Blake Martinez, the Giants' leading tackler last year, in to make the stop there.
Play action, Ryan. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Coup for the extra point.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Olivier Vernon able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones, a throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Possession switching back to the New York Giants.
And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
by
the time we have to leave the booth.
3rd quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
He was brought down by Foyesade Aluakin.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Jones to Galladay there for a Giant first.
The Giants needed and went out and got a bona fide #1 receiver in Kenny Galladay from Detroit, where he spent 4 seasons and twice went over 1,000 yards. He'll really help the young quarterback, Daniel Jones.
7 yards, the pickup there.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, giving different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
2nd and 11 now. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards, good for a giant first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll go to Barkley again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking deep for Julio. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. It's Matt Ryan, picked off by Logan Ryan. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. From the gun. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They still can't get him. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones to the right and complete to Galladay. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line.
Give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And his throw is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Going for it all. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons' offense at the line. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The 71 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. They keep it with Davis on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
All over you.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Slayton.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. To throw again on second down. Jones. Once again, he finds Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Throwing, Jones. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw again.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, it's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got your few down the stretch.
Gano the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and
smile.
shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. Looking deep for Julio.
The pass pulled in by Jones. What a catch.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Let's go.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question.